3 great days. Kids are excited, I think. We've had a heck of a schedule, and I think our guys got confidence going into this game as far as who they are and what they've done this year, and that's important thing. I think our coaches have done a great job of instilling really the positives, and we'll see what happens. We're playing a great football team. They are as good a football team as you're going to play in the country. But Saturday at 3:30, it really doesn't matter what you did in the past. Either team matters what you do right then.
How do they rank against some other good teams you've seen over the years, going back to your time at Michigan State?
I mean, you rank them up there. Best team we played was at Michigan State was Alabama. And in the pregame they played Sweet Home Alabama the whole game, the whole pregame. And I was wondering why they did that. It was a bowl game. It wasn't a home game for them. But I guess it was. So I mean, they were probably the best team, and that's what this team is. It's a team that played in the national championship a year ago. I mean, it's elite, and they'll be in the Final Four. There's a chance of that. But they're that type of football team.
When you go on the road in a hostile environment against a good team, what are the things that get blown up? What are the things that get more important in that circumstance for your team?
Obviously the focus does. It's going to be loud, so we practiced with, especially for the offense. It'll be loud when they're on the field. It'll be important for any time we're snapping the ball. When it's loud, we practice. Our kids' eardrums are, George said, "Coach, I don't know if I can hear again." I say, "Hey, we can get you some earplugs." He goes, "No, I think it's too late." It's going to be loud, and our guys got to have great focus in the huddle. You'll see our guys in the huddle. And I think we've got it louder in practice than it'll be on game day, and that's really what our intentions were.
With all their weapons on offense, you guys have faced some teams, the last couple of weeks who have weapons, all over.
Yeah.
Has that prepared you for this, you think?
I think so. I mean, you look from Virginia Tech to Miami. We've been prepared. There's some good teams. I mean, go back to Switzer, go back to Washington, at Oklahoma State. We've seen some good offenses. So it prepares us. You can't have mental breakdowns, and you got to make a play on the ball, I think, and we'll try to put our kids in as best a position as we can.
What are you expecting from an environment standpoint, and what are some of the toughest places that you've coached?
We're expecting a crazy environment like you would, which I like. I mean, I expect when we come out of the locker room for the pregame that they'll be booing us, which to me I get excited. I hope our kids get excited as I do. But we've been in some great atmospheres through the year. I mean, I don't care if it's at Michigan. I think it's always a great crowd there. Texas Tech going down there playing a bowl game there in Dallas or Fort Worth, wherever it was a good crowd. I mean, there's been a bunch of them. I think anytime you go to Iowa, you're going to face a good crowd. That's kind of what you're facing this week. Shouldn't be a factor. After the first play, it's not a factor. Sorry, Rach.
What will the experience be for some of the younger guys on defense who are going to be starting or just playing because of injuries to kind of go through a game like this?
I don't know. We'll find out. If they're that young, we'll find out how they react. But I think the younger you are, the more excited you get. I think when you've been there before, I won't get as excited as maybe my first time walking into a big arena and facing a good football team. So it's just after the first play, it's gone. You lock into what you have to do. If you're worried about them, then we got bigger problems.
A lot of people think you can build a program overnight. It seems like on defense, particularly in years 2 and 3, there's always, you kind of hit, I wouldn't say a rough patch, but you don't have the depth there yet. I mean, I look back at your time at Cincinnati and Michigan State, years 2 and 3, there's always that growth period where you're playing younger guys. Are those kind of the more difficult years when you're building a program?
I think every program's different, Whether it's the same as what it was there, I don't know. I mean, it's something we'll find out in a couple years. You find out year 4 or 5, I guess, after year 2 and 3. But I think there's always that, some people always say the second year is your toughest year, offensively or defensively. But this is really our first year offensively because of a new offensive coordinator. So we'll see. But, I think you don't build a program overnight. I think if you do, you probably did it the wrong way. Something probably, the way you weren't supposed to do it. So I think, building takes time. You don't build a building in one day. If you do, you probably got some, foundation problems. So it takes time.
As far as the process, though, I mean, is where you're at right now, particularly in defense, is that comparable to where you might have been in the first year, 2 years? I mean, is it progressing the way it did at those places?
I don't remember. I mean, you're talking, I don't remember what I ate for dinner last night. You asked me what happened 9 years, 10 years ago. I don't know. but I know we had our our rough days, and you're going to have those.
Is it progressing the way it should, though?
Never the way it should. Never. I mean, you're never happy as a coach. I mean, we're not happy on offense.
What if you were 10-0? Would you be happy?
Probably not.
No?
I'm kind of a miserable guy. You're never happy. So you're never, coaching's a miserable. I mean, you're never happy because you're always looking for more.
We'll talk a little bit about the progress that's been made here in 21 games or whatever it is.
I don't know. I mean, I'm worried about Clemson. I'm not worried about the progress. We look at that at the end of the year, but we've made great progress on offense. I think our kids understand our scheme. I think we're in position probably 95% of the time on defense, and we got to get them in position, the other 5%. And then, we have to grow into making those plays. And I truly believe, players make plays, and sometimes when you're playing really good players, you're going to lose some of those battles. And I think we, run into a situation where we played some very good football players. I mean, you look at Clemson even this weekend, we're going to run into some more. But when they got 4 underclassmen on offense that are declared already, and they're going to be top picks, they're talking first rounders. I mean, how many people play against those guys every week? So, and we've played a lot of good football players. When you look at the end of the year and you look at the draft, if they're juniors or seniors, you're going to find that we played against a lot of good players, and that's what I see. Maybe one of the differences from what I've had in the Big Ten.
When you see some of these young guys you brought in, like Salim and Amir, really show flashes of what you kind of anticipated they could be, you're seeing that progress. What's that excitement like as a coach?
It's good, obviously, but you want more. It's 2 guys. You need 2. We got to play with 11. We need 22 of those guys. So I mean, it's 2, but golly, that doesn't do much for you. We need to in a couple of years have before senior day have 4 guys walking out there leaving early, because they're projected first rounders. That's what you need. So 2, we got a ways to go.
Your offensive line has been a pretty proud group all season, it seems. Coming off a rough game in Miami, facing obviously a big challenge this week. What have you seen out of them as far as attitudes and their approach this week?
I think our entire team has been great attitude-wise, Chris. And again, especially the O-line, they've got confidence. We didn't make all our blocks Saturday, but we haven't made them the Saturday before that, or the Saturday before that, or the Saturday before that. They know what they got to do this weekend. I think they got confidence. Every play won't be perfect. There's going to be some TFLs. They're going to make their plays, and we hope to make our plays. But we can't hurt ourselves and shoot ourselves in the foot. When we get across the 50, we got to get some points, and that'll be critical in this game.
What's really impressive about this defense for Clemson?
Just their overall, not only their depth, but the people they got out there. Dexter is a player. He's a baby. They got skill all over the place. They're very athletic. They're explosive, and obviously their coordinator does a great job. He's been there for a while, Brent, and he puts kids in position.
Coaches in the NFL level and the college level are known for working outrageous hours and having outrageous focus. Yesterday, Nick Saban said that he didn't know that Tuesday was election day.
Come on.
Can you? Well, maybe he was kidding, but my question is, can you get so focused that you lose track of the outside world?
You know what? That's I don't lose track of the outside world. During the day you do, but that's kind of how you unwind at night. My wife doesn't call it unwinding, but I think I've told you guys in the past, I can read the USA Today and try to find out what's happening. I like to watch the news at night. I DVR the news. That's about all I see. Not the sports news. I watch a nightly news, and I won't give any idea which one it is, but I watch it the news and just see what's going on in the world. So I kind of have a good feel. I think you need something just to kind of unwind and get away from what you've done for the last 18 hours in that day.
So you knew it was election day.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was election day, and I gave our coaches an opportunity to split out here. We knew we had to make it up in the wee night of the hours to get what we need to get done for this game plan. But we had to get out, and I tried to do it. I think we left here at 2:00 to go get it done. I thought you don't want to go right after practice because it's lunchtime. Everybody else is doing that, so we tried to find a time where we could run in and get out real quick.
Did you have to have any conversations with players about election day or their thoughts on what happened?
No, I didn't have. I just encouraged them after practice to go out and go out and vote. And that's, as far as that goes, it's politics, and they have their rights as an American citizen to go out and vote for who they want to vote. And I just explained them to that, and there was no talk afterwards about who won, why they won. The voters decide. So it's crazy.
You read USA Today, but don't read the Trib?
Fact. So I got the app. I don't know if you guys got an app or not. But
Got an app.
I got my USA Today app right here.
I share only the
Right
pertinent
there.
parts of the trip with
It's my favorite app right there. There it is, right on the front page. See that? Right there. USA Today. You can click on there. You get all the good news. You flip up in this corner right here. You can go to the sports if you want to. Very rarely go there. You can see it's right on the front page.
They write about Pitt in there?
I hope they don't write about it. If they do, I start not reading it.